What's going on, earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Welcome to your collective elemental message. For those of y'all who are new here, my name is Shani. This is Melanated Mindfulness Tarot. I upload collective messages, excuse me, for each zodiac sign throughout the week. And then on Fridays, we upload elemental messages for the most part. So if that is something that you're interested in keeping up with or tapping into, please do make sure that you subscribe to the channel, okay? With that being said, today we are going to get into a collective message using the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck, helping you get into alignment, helping you see things from different perspectives, pointing things out, recognizing confirmation, clarification, and things of that nature. So with that being said, let's get into it. All thanks and praise to the Most High. You know their hearts, you know their situations. Can you give us the cards that we need in order for us to be able to receive the message at hand with an open mind and an open heart? I ask that you give me the words to be able to articulate this message as best as possible, as well as clear anything standing in the way of their clarification, confirmation, transformation, and healing at this time. Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. Thank you. Please do keep in mind that these are collective messages, so they may or may not resonate with you. However, if you ever feel like you need more assistance, guidance, support, clarification, confirmation, or assistance, I already said that. Make sure you click the link in the description area and book your one-on-one session or service, and we'll get you together, okay? We have a couple that came out. Spirit, is there anything else that we need to know? Thank you. Is there anything else that our earth signs need at this time? Oh, okay. Okay. Spirit, is there anything else that our earth signs need at this time? Thank you. Alright, so the first card that you get is Facade. One more. Okay. Excuse me. Again, I don't know why these yawns are coming the way they're coming, and I've been up for just about an hour and a half, maybe two, but never mind. I know what it possibly is. So the first card, like I said, you got Facade that pops up. And a facade can be like, it can show up in a number of different ways, right? It's definitely giving that like you are so busy like living out somebody else's truth, right? Like, excuse me. It can be very much so possible that like how you're operating right now today has a lot to do with the things that you went through as a child, or the things that people told you were supposed to do, or the things that you had become accustomed to based on what your responsibilities were as a child. So you've been operating in that energy for so long, and then you're finally getting to the point where it's like, but this not even really making me happy. Right? It could be in a relationship where it's like, this is not even really making me happy. So you're kind of forcing yourself to live in this reality to make it feel like or be like or seem like everything is okay, when all honesty and actuality it's not. And it's not saying that it has to stay that way. You have to be willing to choose like what you want to do and how you want your reality, your life to be moving forward. You also have the victim card that shows up. So this comes off as a lot of complaining, whether it's complaining about how people treat you, whether it's complaining about what you can or cannot do. Again, everything is still a choice. Like, you don't have to be holding on to somebody else's belief system, somebody else's truth, regardless of who they are, what role they play in your life, what title they hold, or any of that, okay? Because with this dissipating card, you do not want to be the one to be like, I could have did this, I could have did that, right? Like, I could have, I don't know, what you want to do? See, this is unbelievable. That's doing too much. And I was washing dishes on my hands and dry, don't mind me. But what is something that you want to do? You want to, like, I could have been moved out of town. I could have been found a new job. I could have been started my business. I could have been done this. I could have did this when I was younger. Like, you get what I'm saying? You don't want to be that shoulda, coulda, woulda kind of person. You don't want to be a shoulda, coulda, woulda based on like you holding on to really what does not work for you. And I completely get it when it comes with like the fear, right? When it comes with fear, but the only way for you to overcome your fears are to face them. There's no other way for me to say that. The only way for you to overcome your fears are to face your fears. And that's why you experience certain situations. That's why you go through certain, like, you experience certain situations or go through certain circumstances and events because you're asking for something on an energetic level and you don't feel like you're capable of it. So then you have to be put in these situations to where you can realize, like, oh shit, I was more capable of doing the very thing that I thought that I couldn't do in the first place, right? Because your mind is limited, again, based on what people have told you or what you've experienced or what you've witnessed as you've grown up, type of thing, right? So there's nothing to be like upset about, okay? When it comes to the balance card, this is talking about balancing your emotions, recognizing that there's always two sides to the spectrum, regardless of what it may seem like. Even in those moments where something is irritating you, aggravating you, pissing you off, there is still something to be thankful and grateful for. So allow yourself to, I guess you want to say, you can feel the irritation and aggravation, but don't allow yourself to sit in it for so long, for long enough time for you to start attracting more experiences or events on that same level, right? Then the insecurity card also pops up. So, I get it, right? I get it. I get that, like, again, we have insecurities because other people have made us feel some type of way or think some type of way about who we are or how we show up or how we dress or how we look or how we sound or, whatever. Somebody else gave us their opinion and we kind of believed it or we were unsure to begin with. So when they stated their perspective of a situation, now it put us in a position to feel some type of way and we just hold on to it, and we hold on to it as if it is our truth. It's only true if you allow it to be true. It's only true if you believe that it is true, right? If you don't think that you are ugly in a sense, and I come up to you like, you ugly as fuck, like you're super ugly, you'll be like, oh, okay, like that's your opinion, like, okay. Some people will be like, you got me effed up and da-da-da-da-da-da, right? But for what? Like, people have their opinion. If I'm ugly to you, I'm ugly to you. That's your thing. Like, it's not gonna bother me. It's not moving me. I'm not here to please you, whether it's visually, mentally, emotionally, physically. Like, that's not my thing. So you got to deal with that. You feel like I'm ugly, then you have to figure out what can you do to solve that problem for yourself, because you can't change the way I look, and that's just what it is. So, to each his own. Deal with your own insecurities, right? Deal with them to where you can see them in a more high vibrational way. If you don't like certain things, then you can do whatever it needs to take for you to be able to fix it, because nobody else can fix that for you. And just like you can't fix other people's problems either. Spirit, is there anything else that we need out of this deck for this reading? Thank you. Quest. Your journey is your journey. Your path is your path, right? Like I said to somebody else, as you see, like, this journey stops where she stops. She's coming across certain people on her journey, but you can also look behind her and see there's no path for her to follow. Even though certain people are even thinking that they're laying down a path for you to follow, you're still going to have your own experiences. So, excuse me. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of, like, this is your journey, nobody else's. And although some people have told you, say for instance, that you always had to babysit your siblings, right? And then, like, as you grew up, people telling you, well, you always like to watch kids. Like, you always was watching the kids. Maybe you're supposed to be watching kids or doing a daycare and da-da-da-da-da. You may think so because that's what they had you to do, right? But for real, you wouldn't have gave a damn about not watching them kids. Like, you felt like that your life was ruined or that you had to take care of kids at an early age or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Different strokes for different folks. And that's just something that we have to be willing to accept with where we are in life today. So if there's any type of confusion that you sense, go straight to source, right? Open your heart up, talk to God, talk to the Most High, like, I'm confused. I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, can you show me? Can you show me? Can you lead the way? Can you expose? Can you put me around the people? Can you do whatever needs to be done in order for me to stop replaying this victim mentality, this victim mindset, and create the life that I actually desire to have and live for myself? Because I don't want to be a shoulda, coulda, woulda type of person, right? I want to be the I did it type of person. So, again, keep in mind, the only way for you to overcome your fears is to face your fears. It's not as bad as you think. And if you need help or assistance with that, the thing that I will give you on the surface or tell you now is, when you think of something that you're afraid of, think of what's the worst that can happen. And like, when you get to the worst, think of something even more worse that can happen. And the further you go into the worst that can happen, the more unrealistic you'll see that these thoughts are, type shit, or how they really don't matter. Like, I mean, it is what it is at the end or the beginning of the day. So do with this message what you will. Earth signs, I definitely appreciate y'all tapping in. I hope that it brought you some type of clarification, confirmation, or assisted you in some type of way, shape, or form. If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe, and I will see y'all next week on Tuesdays, I think. I think Tuesdays are Earth signs. So make sure y'all tap in on Tuesdays for your Earth sign zodiac messages. And until then, y'all, enjoy yourself. Peace.